Body language. Body language is how people communicate without speaking. Since the dawn of human time, people have always communicated without speaking, and a man's role, and I'm assuming you're a man because I doubt a female would have bought this, a man's role is very, very specific in his body language. In this course, you're going to see a video where I kind of do an overview on body language, and I basically say, be combative, but I'm going to go into that into more detail in this video. The reason I say be combative is because being combative is the most important body language which exists, which you can portray to other men and to women. Because this is the only body language which was important for millennia. For in the human existence, the only important body language was the body language that you were not an easy target. It attracted women and it made men respect you. So we're going to talk about the broad basics of body language, and then we're going to go into some little tips and tricks overall. So the first thing I want you to understand is combative does not mean walking around swaying your shoulders like this. Combative means looking alert. I think Jordan Peterson said something about this, but I don't think his body language is particularly alpha. In fact, I don't think the world has many alpha role models. If you name the right-wing role models like Milo and Jordan Peterson, and all these people are just weirdos. None of them are particularly overtly alpha, besides Trump himself. But Trump is a great guy to study body language-wise. You want a body language lesson, watch Trump. He doesn't play games. Anyway, you have to look combative. So to look combative, it's basic things. It means be ready for a fight. That does not mean project aggression. It means be ready for a fight. So if you were walking down the road, are you more ready for a fight with your hands in your pockets or your hands outside of your pockets? Are you more ready for a fight if you're staring at your phone with your head down or with your head up, with your shoulders back, with your posture correct? What I'm going to teach you in this course is not just going to be do this, do this, do this. It's how to think about body language so that you're overtly aware of how you're acting. You need to be aware of how you act. So you need to have a correct posture. You need to sit up straight, sit properly. You need to have your hands out of your pockets. You need to look where you're going and not look down. Not be distracted. Not look like a victim. This is extremely important when projecting to men, and it's also important when projecting to women. So we're going to go in that in detail in this course. So, I know I just mentioned Trump, but we also can't forget about Putin, because he was KGB trained. He knows exactly how to act. So when someone's talking to him, and he wants to make it clear he doesn't give a fuck what they say, he will, for example, lean back in his chair. So Putin will sit there and you'll start talking to him and he'll sit like this. This is Putin's I don't give a fuck. This is Putin's I'm not listening. Many traditional body language courses will teach you, if you cross your arms, you're not receptive. This is true. You know, like this shows you're not open, you're not receptive, you're crossing your arms, etc. But there's much more subtle moves like leaning back in your chair. Leaning back in your chair is a great one. I use it all the time. Someone will sit there, they'll start talking to me. If I don't like what they have to say, I'll lean back in my chair. I'll still look at them while I lean back in my chair, but I'll look directly at them. And they'll know, oh fuck, I've upset him somehow. So I'll make that clear. So we're going to go over a few things. The first thing we're going to talk about is being trusted and listened to. Now, if you've bought my other courses, you know that my brain is a mega hive of unlimited potential. Petabytes of... Is petabyte even a thing? No. Okay. We'll go back then. If you've bought my other courses, you'll know that my brain is unrivaled by anyone else on this planet. Terabytes upon terabytes of information from fuck knows where. I'm just a genius. So like all my other videos, I'm just going to be talking. Bang, information's just going to be coming at you. You need to sit there, slow it down, watch it over and over again, decipher it, and put some things in action. Because I guarantee there's a lot you're doing wrong already. Right now, don't move. Your posture right now. Where are your hands? Are you sitting up straight? Do you even look? Are you sitting correctly? Or are you all like in your chair? Maybe you're already making mistakes. You don't know. So the first things we're going to talk about is how to be listened to and trustworthy. I have been to court 6 times, and every time I've walked. And I've never used a lawyer, and I've represented myself. And the reason for that is because I speak very clearly, very precisely, and I know exactly how to use the human language. But secondly is my body language. So sometimes in court, you need to look believable. You need to look innocent. And to do this, you make yourself appear less aggressive. Big men have this problem. Small men are very concerned about looking big. Whereas a big man, in many situations, you need to look less intimidating. If my car breaks down and I want to knock on someone's door to use the phone, I know that's super old school. And I know that's how people get murdered in every single movie. But it's just an example. But if I knock on a door, people don't answer the door to me. When me and Tristan knock on doors, they look outside and go, what the fuck? Who the fuck is 2 6'5" dudes at the door? No chick is opening that door. Me and my brother used to have a job where we used to do door-to-door sales a long time ago. And we had to quit the job because no one would answer the door to us. Just fucking these 2 massive guys. People were like, what the fuck? And no one answered out the window. What? Can I sell you? Nah, get the fuck away from my house. So you have to try and change your body language to appear less aggressive. So we'd actively slunk or hold a clipboard or something to just make yourself seem smaller. So when I was in court and they were accusing me of things I didn't fucking do, but even though I was innocent, of course, you have to look innocent. So you don't look innocent by looking aggressive. You look innocent by looking smaller. You make yourself seem smaller. You'd add in stammering to your language. So I never say and ever. I'd be like, yeah, well, I don't think it's fair, and you'd almost, in many ways, seem yourself appear less intelligent. Not less intelligent in a stupid, he's dumb, he did it way. In a very, like, I couldn't hurt anyone. Women are experts at this. Women do this the best. Watch a female get pulled over by the police. Watch her just start going, oh, really? Playing stupid is a great way to play innocent. And it's very, very effective. What you'll find in body language, sometimes the biggest results is when you can juxtapose them against each other. So while I was in court, they'd ask me questions. I'd be like, oh no, I don't even really know how that works, to be honest. I don't really know. I'd add in these little delays. I'd deliberately slow my speech down. But then when I had to make a point, I'd completely flip it. And I'd be very adamant and direct with my words. Even now, and even in all my tape speech videos, you'll notice how I use my hands. If I have a point to make, I use my hands to make the point. I direct the point with my hands. You're going to notice me doing it all the time now. Something I do on accident. But if I want to make a point, I'll say something like, and the reason for this, the reason your mom has a big ass, is because she eats too much. I'll do things like this. I'll explain the reason, I'll get your attention in my hands, and then I'll directly give you the reason, and I'll put it into your brain. I'll put it in with my hands. This is something I do completely by natural. I don't even have to think about it anymore, but it's something I did learn. And it's amazing with women. It's great with women when you're arguing with them, and they sit there and be like, blah, 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 blah. I didn't fucking fuck her. Be quiet. I haven't hit her. But the physical action makes them sit there and go, oh, okay. Just be very aware and very avert with your hands. Like I said, this course is just going to be knowledge flying at you. So when you talk, where are your hands? Where are they? How do you use them? Your hands, you should be extremely expressive with your hands, especially if you're a man. Before I was a kickboxing world champion, I worked in sales. And I had the best sales record in the fucking company, obviously. And a lot of that was down to body language. I would sit there in front of somebody. I sold TV advertising. I'd sit there and say, you need TV advertising. They go, oh, we do pretty good. I said, yeah, you do good now. But in the future, you're gonna need TV advertising. It's the future of advertising. You're gonna need it.